started this all. It's an impossible, man.
Oh, Rob,
impossible to say all this came by chance and randomness. It's an impossibility.
Yeah, well, like you could.
But that's something to think about. For you.
With deism, like you could extend that to say like the universe has got itself, like it came into existence anyway. So that's like
but even if that's conscious. It came to existence in itself. It's an impossibility. How can it create its own self? It's not possible. Can your mother give birth to herself?
No.
Not even my mother. My mother cannot give birth to herself.
Yeah, but my mum and the whole universe are two different things.
Exactly. I'm using an analogy, yeah? But you cannot come pop into existence. You have to exist and not exist at the same time. It's an impossibility.
I think it always existed though.
No, that's what I'm saying. It
can't all of it infinite all the time, because if the universe had infinite time before we're here, we'd need infinite time to get to this point.
Yeah, but if you
have infinite time, then that's
like if you look at theoretical physics and if you look at four-dimensionalism, like if reality is actually like space.
Hello guys, it's Raj, or Tommy Robinson as they call me. We don't repeat that. But yeah, hopefully we'll see some good conversations today. It's good to see you again, Rob, man.
Is why do we, when it comes to the universe, we overcomplicate our brain to a level? I'm saying, why don't we be consistent? Instead of confusing, like, you know what, it could be that. There is solid arguments to prove that there's an intelligent design. So why is it that when we come to the universe, our rationality, our common sense, all of it, we kick it. Bye-bye. Right now, I'm going to start exploring. It could have been a blue donkey. I'm saying, why don't we be consistent and say, hold on. When I go home and see a plate smash on the floor, what is the basic conclusion you come to? Imagine a plate smash on the floor. You have a pet, there was an earthquake and the window was open. Tell me the conclusions that you come to.
Somebody walked in, smashed the plate.
No, you walked in and you see a plate smashed on the floor. Tell me, with your reasoning, what is the possibilities why that occurred?
It dropped from a high gravity, made it hit the floor and...
No, we know that, but what caused it? Was it a pet? Let's say you have a pet.
Yeah, probably my dog or something.
Your dog. Could there be a chance it was an earthquake?
Not really in the UK, but maybe.
Yes, a possibility. Earthquake, yeah? The window was open. Maybe wind?
Yeah.
Maybe you have a wife, she started switching, she went on a mad one, started smashing everything up. Yeah. Would you ever come to the conclusion and say, maybe a blue dragon flew through my house and tipped it over? Would you ever come to that conclusion?
No.
Why? Because you will use your faculties to come to the best possible explanation.
Yeah.
Why do you not do the same thing with the universe?
Because well, in a way I do, but like I do and I don't, because I'm agnostic. So I admit that there is a chance that it could all be created.
Not chance. I'm saying I'm giving you the three principles here. Yeah? Stick to them. You will find a designer, because it's impossible. Be consistent. Use your rationale and your logic for the same thing with the universe, and then you will say, you know what? Hold on a second. If I'm using this principle, because if you're going to do that with the universe, then go home and do the same thing with the plate. See, there's a chance. Maybe it was actually just pop. It just smashed itself. Why do you get what I'm trying to say? Be consistent. Either use universe example with your life, or use your life experience, your rationality.
So why do you think that there's no chance? It's the creation thing, right? There has to be a...
You know why? Because I'm using my logic and rationality and reasoning. I'm not giving you something that, hey, you know, there was a magical thing that happened. I'm not telling you.
But like the reason why you're not, say, an atheist or an agnostic is because you're saying that there must have been a point in time which a creator... It's like an unmoved mover, right? So it's like they move the universe into motion.
Singular is only one. What I'm saying is that from the get-go, I use my rationality to come to this, because I question things around me. I question my existence. I question stuff. So therefore, I'm like, hold on a second. If this has a designer, the universe don't have a design. The universe is more complex than design. Design has to, in order, when you look at design, it has to point to a designer.
Yeah, but doesn't order, not necessarily complexity, point to a designer? So if something's extremely well ordered, then it's like that's definitely got a designer. But if something's very complex, but it's also chaotic and ordered in other places,
no, the fact that it's complex and chaotic is an order in itself.
But chaos is the opposite of order.
No, not really. Oh, okay. So what I'm saying is, for example, maybe it's a bad example. If there's order, if things are working in a function like the DNA, doesn't that require intelligence? You know, you have these robots who make cars. They put codes in them. The DNA is the same thing. Why do we not give the DNA an intelligence? Why are we giving that robotic arm that works with zeros and ones? But we don't do the same with the DNA. Why? I'm asking you that question.
But you would call like I don't know, like a parasitic worm that existed a million years ago that doesn't exist now. Why wouldn't you say that? You'd have to say also that had an intelligent design, but then it doesn't exist now. What was?
No, but at one point they had intelligent design. It still doesn't exist today, but at one point they had intelligent design.
But if somebody's an intelligent designer and they've created the entire universe, why would they bother to create like certain strain of parasites?
Okay, no, that's the question of asking why this creator does it. I'm saying, can we establish that there's a creator first?
A possibility, yes. Yes.
Okay, so now we can ask questions of the problem of evil. If God exists, why is there people suffering?
Yeah.
Why is there people dying? This is called the problem of evil. Yeah. So since we can agree on the premise that there is a creator, then we can answer the secondary question of problem of evil. Yeah. Now, can you agree that if your child was running towards the fire and you pushed it and it fell and started crying, you said, "Daddy's evil"? Are you evil?
What if I say to
Your child's running to the fire, and the last minute you see it and just push it away because you want to save it, yeah?
Yeah.
But the child doesn't realize the fire is hot and it's going to burn. All the child remembers is that Dad pushed me, Daddy pushed me, and starts crying and says, "You're evil."
Yeah.
What would you do to explain to the child?
That it's in their best interest that they get pushed away.
Okay, good. So just because the child doesn't see the wisdom doesn't mean there's no wisdom, right? So it's the same thing. When it comes to people dying of starvation, did you know there's enough food on this planet to feed 3 extra planets? Did you know that?
What, like, do you mean there's enough food on this planet to feed the world population 3 times over?
Yes, in other words, yeah.
Okay.
So therefore, God Almighty has given us the resources to help one another. If we are selfish and say no, personal question I ask sometimes, yes? When was the last time we gave in charity?
Me?
When was, all of us, I don't want to just pinpoint you. When was the last time the money that I saved to go on holiday, I gave it to Africa? Or I gave it to another country?
Yeah, we are selfish, but why would an intelligent designer create us selfish?
No. What the intelligent designer has done is given you the faculties to make a decision. You have decided, no, not you. I have decided to be selfish. I'm to blame. I have a knife. I either make a sandwich or I stab somebody. I have the faculties to make that decision.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is this, is that what was I saying? Yeah, so we have the decision to make it. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So when
We've
people
got
are
free
dying,
will, is what
yes.
you're saying.
So when people are dying in Africa, if I'm not giving in charity, I'm blaming God, and God's saying, "I gave you the resources. You're selfish. Why are you blaming me? I gave you resources to help people, to test you as well. If you're not helping people, mate, you're to blame." Wars. Does God say go to wars and kill each other? No. But the thing is, when people go to war to different countries for oil or resources or colonize the world, is that God's fault or man's fault? It's a man's fault.
Yeah.
So why are we blaming God for the things that we do? Now, when it comes to diseases and natural calamities, disasters, that within itself is something what it will come back down to wisdom. Because we say there's a hereafter. This life is not just it. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So that whole thing of why is there diseases and stuff like that, we're here to be tested. God is going to test you.
But if you think about like infant mortality and deaths in the womb, how is that individual? So like say for example a woman has a miscarriage and the baby's never given the chance of life. Why would a creator design the world to operate in that way?
So what it is this year. It's the same question about you and your son running to the fire. Just because you do not grasp the wisdom, right now you have a right to ask that. Yeah? But it does not disprove that God doesn't exist.
Yeah,
all it proves is that you want to know why that's happening. Right?
Yeah.
Because your question does not disprove that there's a creator. All it does is you want to know why God's doing that. Yeah? And what we say is there's wisdom that God has that we don't know. With certain aspects.
Don't you say that like we have free will, but then on the other hand you're saying that God is doing this? So
No. God's all knowing. Look, this is another problem. The problem of God knows everything, but we have free will. What that means, is, for example, is that something that it's a question that, for example, I cannot answer because God knows, but at the same time we have the choice, free will. Yeah.
Yeah, but if God is omniscient and He knows that everything that's ever going to happen throughout the history of the universe, and there are some people who are going to go to hell, He knows that they're going to go to hell from like the beginning of time anyway.
That's a good question. Yeah. Me personally, there is not an answer that I can give you that is sufficient. All I can say to you is this: Allah says in the Quran, God Almighty, that He is the most just. There is not going to be no injustice done to anybody. Nobody is going to be unjust at the least. So an animal who has horns and attacks another animal that doesn't have horns, on the day of judgment, that there will be justice. Yeah. So God's saying that He's going to be just. So the question that you're asking, there's nothing I can tell you.
So in the Quran, does it say that anybody who is an infidel will go to hellfire?
Oh, Allah says in the Quran, any disbeliever that, and when we're a disbeliever, we're not talking about, for example, somebody that's genuinely a non-Muslim, he doesn't know nothing about Islam. We're talking about somebody who knows the truth and is hiding it, that they will go to hellfire. But in Islam, we have something that's different to all religions. God is not unjust. God will never, Allah says in the Quran, why will I punish you if you are grateful? So like, what will I get out of punishing you? God saying, why would I want to punish you? I'm not a God of wrath. So therefore, what was the question?
It was like, do all infidels, non-believers go to hellfire?
Okay, so we have this premise in Islam. If a person hasn't heard the message of Islam, if the person hasn't reached the age of puberty, if the person is insane, or some scholars say if the person has heard the message of Islam, but in a distorted way, God will test them on the Day of Judgment.
Yeah,
because it's unfair
the reason
to throw
why
them to
I
hell.
ask is that, like, I mean, how long has Islam been on the face of the earth for?
Islam, if you're talking about Islam, from day one. But if you're talking about, for example, because Islam,
when is it? How long has it been taught as a religion?
okay, let me put it like
You've
this.
got to think about all the
Let me
humans
put it
that
like this,
existed
yeah.
prior to
Islam has been there from day one. However, the final
teachings of Islam.
teaching of Islam, that 1400 years ago.
So, like, prior to 1400 years ago, all the humans that were ignorant of Islam were dead.
Yeah, they don't. No. We're not. It's not like this is the question we ask Christians. Jesus died for our sins, but what about the people that lived before Jesus? In Islam, what we say is, God sent Jesus to those people. God sent Moses. God sent Abraham. God sent messengers throughout history to warn people and to advise, tell them to worship God alone. Right?
Yeah.
So therefore, God says we do not destroy a nation until we've sent a messenger. So God is just. So the question here is that if you didn't hear the clear message of Islam, God will test you on the Day of Judgment. God will not throw you in hell because of injustice. You're going to say, I didn't hear about it. Nobody told me. And actually, Muslims will be even accountable. If I did not tell my neighbor about Islam, and on the Day of Judgment, my neighbor says, you lived by me for 30 years, and you did not once convey the message of Islam to me. So therefore, this is why we do Dawah. We convey the message of Islam to them, as much people as we can, yeah? But then again, like I said, God is not unjust. If you say you're looking into it, and you research it, and this, that, God will be fair. In Islam, this is the only reason Islam has this. A person who hasn't reached the age of puberty, a person who's mentally unstable, a person who hasn't heard the message of Islam will not be directly thrown to hell. Even if you're a Christian, an atheist, a Jew, a whatever. God will test you accordingly.
So, like, you as a Muslim believe that it's in my interest to listen to your Dawah because you're going to save me from hellfire eventually.
I would say Islam is the best solution to life. And I believe that that's why I convey this message, because I love for humanity what I love for myself. So that's why I come and say this is the best solution for human beings. Do you get what I'm saying?
For somebody who's not a Muslim, Dawah can be interpreted as like a colonization of the mind. Is that like you are trying to impose your ideology on other people?
Impose would be like there's no. Allah says in the Quran, there's no compulsion in religion. So for example, I'm not. Look, did I come to you today and be like, accept Islam by the sword? Yeah, if you don't, we're gonna.
In religion,
no,
it's up to you.
all I've done is,
take it or not taking it.
Let me tell you what Dawah is, yeah? It's inviting people to Islam. My job is to convey. You can do whatever you like.
Take it or not.
I'm saying, look, this is the message. You like it, I don't like it, Ali, thank you, have a nice day. I like it, I want to know more about it. I like it, I want to accept Islam now. Like this guy, this brother, he accepted Islam today, yeah? So I'm saying, my job is to convey. So I can stand in front of God and say, God, I can say, God, I conveyed, I did my job, yeah? That's my job. I'm not here to impose anything on anyone. It's just my job. I'm just conveying the message.
All right, fair enough. Respect, mate. Yeah, I've seen your material on YouTube before, and I do appreciate it. I respect it.
Don't bring this up. Thank you. And this is what everyone's got to be down. Before you met me, did you have a perception about me?
I've seen material with you online, Tommy Robinson, Lawrence Southern, and I've seen you at Speaker's Corner online.
How did you find that?
It is interesting. Obviously, you've both got like dramatically contrasting points of view, but I've always thought that you were quite reasonable. There's another lad called like Mohammed Hijab. Yeah, I've seen his material stuff. I mean, I'm not a Muslim, and I appreciate what I do. I don't necessarily agree with all of your arguments, but I do appreciate you for stating them. And I don't think that you're like malicious Muslim that's like, I'm gonna like impose my ideology on everyone.
There's more of people like me than the malicious ones. Yeah? So that's why communication is important, because it breaks down these barriers. Because when you talk to each other, you say, hold on a second, and this is why it's really important. Media is really important. important because yesterday I was watching a video of a Muslim woman who wears niqab, yeah? And she had an experience in Australia where she was going to a supermarket and some lady came and said, what's that thing on your face? Get it off, you don't belong here, this, that. And I found it really profound. I even put it on my channel. So she's like, and she was getting this abuse and she just said to the lady, can I hug you, yeah? And she just hugged the lady and the lady started crying. And she actually burst out crying and she was like, I watched a documentary where apparently you guys are raped and you have no rights and this, that. And the Muslim woman's a journalist, yeah? So the thing is, she actually broke down. You know why? Because this media perception of Muslims brainwashed her to a level where one hug just broke it all down. You know what I'm trying to say? So that's why it's good that you came here, because now you have a broader perception and understanding that I'm not here to kill the infidel and take over Sharon law. You know what I'm trying to say?
But like, you've got a massive influence online, and I think that like somebody like you is good because you are a reasonable guy. So like you're not going out there like, what's that guy's name who's
Andrew
Chowdhury, yeah. He's not a...
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, have you ever met him?
You know what? Before I came to Islam, this is funny. Before I came to Islam, I was driving on the M1 and I stopped onto the service station and I actually saw him there. And I didn't know about him. All I knew, I wasn't a Muslim. I just saw him and I briefly talked to him. I don't know who he was. Then afterwards, when I came to Islam, I heard about him and that's why I speak against him.
Because like, if everyone was like him, we'd have civil war.
It's not. That's what I'm saying. That's why majority of the Muslim is portrayed like we all like him. We're not. Majority of us are not like him. Do you get it?
Like going back to the grooming gangs.
I love it how he didn't say it.
It's like most of the Muslims who are in those grooming gangs are from Pakistan. So like wouldn't like the vast majority are from Pakistan, but not necessarily from other Muslim nations. So like you could your good argument to those people that are saying it's all Muslims is you say you draw on those countries where there are Muslims coming to the UK but they're not doing grooming gangs. You just say, oh, it's a Pakistani problem because it is mostly Pakistani.
What we can see is that they said there's a lot of them are Asian, yeah? Now when you say Asian, there's a lot of Hindus and Sikhs and Sri Lankans that fall into this, yeah? Because when you say Asian, everybody thinks, oh, Asian Muslim. No, there's a lot of Asians that are not Muslim. You know what I'm trying to say? All I'm saying is these people live a lifestyle, which I would say is more Western, with alcohol, drugs, partying, not rape, of like sexual intercourse, but consent, Then Islam, because Islam outright says no alcohol, no drugs, you can't rape, you can't go clubbing. So they're more far away from us. You know what I'm trying to say? They're actually against Islam.
But have you seen like there's videos online? I don't know whether or not they were like fake or what the legitimacy was, but there was like Sharia patrols, and they were saying
that's nonsense.
They were saying like no alcohol, whatever. So they were like,
oh yeah, they got locked up. Let me tell you something. These people that come to Islam, they are emotional people, They're in a, they think they're a hero, Yes, no Sharia zone. What the flipping hell are you talking about? For you to even, there's no such thing. It doesn't even exist. If we lived in an Islamic country, the ruler, the Muslim ruler, will decide. And even if he decides, the Christians and the Muslims and the Jews at the time of the Prophet lived in harmony, and the Christians had the right. There's treaties on here I can show you that the Christians had the right to their churches, to their own marriages, to their they can do alcohol, they can do whatever they like. So this issue, I've challenged it. There's one guy, Tony Robinson, promotes no-go zone areas. I'm telling you, I will come anywhere, anytime, any place, any weather. Let's go to them. Let's go to these no-go zone areas and let's find if they're no-go zone areas. I challenge anybody.